Damon, I'll tell you what, being out there with Doug, the training facility is huge. There's so much more out there, and he does so much more than I can explain in that 2-minute 17-second package.
When you have that big of a space, you have a lot to do out there.
Really, a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on with Irma?
Well, we're watching it now trek it's on the way to the north. Now here in Meridian, we haven't seen really any of the effects of it just yet. We still have the clear skies out there on the Alpha Insurance Sky Cam. We have felt some wind today, though. The wind was blowing about 10 to 15 miles an hour today, and we stayed cool once again. Only 83 for our high and 62 for our low, so we're staying below average, much like we have over the last week or so here. And temperatures across the area still mainly the middle to upper 60s as you go about. Louisville is still the cool spot, already down into the 50s tonight. And those dew points as well staying relatively low as well in the 50s, so it feels comfortable out there. I talked about the winds. They have died down a little bit now, 5 to 10 miles an hour. But again, this afternoon, if you were outside, out and about, you could still feel those winds blowing through downtown fairly rapidly earlier on. So the Pine Electric radar, again, we have a clean sweep out there this evening. Some high clouds starting to filter in now from the east. And that's because Irma, again, is slowly making its way up. I wouldn't say slowly. Actually, now it's moving pretty quickly up through Florida right now. And some of those clouds off to the north slowly making their way our direction. But here is Irma on the radar right now. You can see, again, its center relatively right in between Orlando and Tampa. We'll zoom in just a bit closer here. You can see, again, some of these heavier rain bands. There's what's left of the eye of Irma. That's really pretty much closed off at this point. And what we are keeping an eye on again here is the fact that we have these heavier rain bands now moving into Tampa. Some of that onshore flow as well to some of the areas off to the south that is out of the threat of these rain bands now, and again off towards the eastern coast as well. Still that threat for tornadoes with some of these heavier bands moving through as we go into the evening and later again tonight into tomorrow. Here's some of those warnings again, still with Irma. We still have these hurricane warnings again in these spots right here in the red. Some of these darker maroon, that right there is tropical storm warnings, and those have now been pushed back to the east and also a little bit less off to the north now. Not as many tropical storm watches. That's because the track of this storm now more off to the east, thanks to the fact that the center has stayed over land now over the last several hours. The latest update here, pressure is all the way up to 952 millibars, maximum sustained winds at 100 miles an hour. So still a Cat 2 at this hour, but it's going to keep weakening now as we go over the course of tonight into tomorrow, so that by tomorrow night, this storm will be into portions of eastern Alabama near Talladega and passing over the University of Auburn as well. But it's going to be downgraded to a tropical depression by that point. Then we go forward here as well into our Tuesday night. This thing goes into northern Mississippi and then curves right away off to the northeast and quickly makes its way out again as a remnant low by the time we get into our Wednesday night and onward. So we'll see the effects of this storm here as we go forward the next couple of days. Tonight, we keep it clear out there. The temperatures drop down, but by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see the clouds build in and as well that chance for rain as we go into your Monday night. That's when we'll see most of the chance of our scattered showers being around into our Tuesday morning as well. And we'll stay overcast for Tuesday. The Futurecast keeping things pretty cool, but I think it is going to warm up closer to 70, but still going to be a very cool day out there and windy on Tuesday. And then we roll on into Wednesday as well. Things will start to calm down and clear out just a bit as well. And I talked about those winds. We do have a wind advisory now for our counties, Sumter and Choctaw, as we go off into West Alabama, also Marengo, Hale, and Clark as well. So that wind advisory is from 9 a.m. tomorrow to 1 a.m. Tuesday. We're just watching for some gusts, maybe up to 40 miles an hour, but it's not going to be anything too crazy. So tonight, 61, a few high clouds, mostly clear out there. Tomorrow, we do get up into 77. Again, we could see some wind as well, gusts maybe up to 30 miles an hour, sustained 15 to 20. Then we go throughout the rest of your week here. Again, we keep those breezy conditions around, and we also warm things up as we go into your later parts of the week. So once Irma gets out of here on Wednesday, we'll dry it out and warm things up back into the lower 90s for the weekend. So just a couple days here, some winds, some clouds, but we'll be out of it here fairly soon.
All right. Well, certainly, it looks like it took that right-hand turn as if it was on its original track going straight up Florida.
It's following the track it had on Friday. So yeah, it's going right up Florida.
Very interesting. Weakening every second. All right. Thanks a whole lot, Damon.
No problem.